What's going on, guys? Justin Coburn here. We're over at Mr. Branson's place, just getting ready to head out. This time, Georgian Bay. Got a number of snake species: eastern hognose, eastern fox, and the eastern Massasauga rattler. Number of turtle species up there, different types of salamanders. We're hoping to see it all. We're going to be heading out very shortly, just doing a little maintenance on the Jeep. And it's really early. We didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night, but we're going to be ready today. We'll catch you later, guys. How's it going, guys? Here we got the smooth green snake. This is Ontario's only snake that is a solid green color. This is approximately the average size that they get. They're strictly insectivores, so they're going to eat a lot of the bugs that are found in this area. Commonly found along the rock ridges here, and very smooth scales. A lot of Ontario snakes have keeled scales, which means they actually have a ridge going through each scale, which gives them a rough appearance and very rough texture to touch. This guy is completely smooth though. Bright emerald green, blends in great in the grasses. Amazing animal. Very cool find. First one we found in Georgian Bay. So this is Ophiodryas vernalis. This is the dominant subspecies and the only subspecies in North America that occurs in Canada. These snakes are becoming increasingly rare in Canada due to pesticide use. Not only are they affected by the pesticides directly, but indirectly through their food source, as it's killing off a lot of the insects. Great little snakes, guys. Harmless to humans. In fact, you'd be very hard-pressed to get one to even bite you. Becoming increasingly rare, as I said, and this was the first time we ever seen these guys in the Georgian Bay area. The last place I was able to locate them was actually in Toronto. Here we go, our latest find. This is the 5-line skink, Plestodon fasciatus. This is about average size. They typically have a very bright bluish tail. This one not so much, but it actually has a very small little tiny tail growing off its main tail. You're not going to be able to see it on this, but I assure you it is there. These guys are insectivores. They're going to be out on these rock barrens, dry mossy beds, catching insects, basking on the rocks. They need to thermoregulate just like any other reptile, even more so than snakes. These guys are amazing. Ontario's only lizard species, guys. What a find. This 5-line skink managed to sit still long enough for us to get some footage, which is quite the feat considering as soon as you set them on the ground they tend to take off quite fast under cover. This is Ontario's only lizard species, and it is on the verge of extinction. In fact, there's only a few places in Ontario where you can still see this species in the wild. On the whole trip, we managed to find 3 or 4 individuals, including a female incubating a couple of eggs under a rock, which was nice to see that they are still breeding in the area. 5-line skinks typically have a bright bluish tail. As you can see, this one doesn't have a particularly bright blue tail, but every specimen is in fact different. We have to do something to preserve these guys before they disappear in the wild. Otherwise, we will no longer have a lizard species living in Ontario. And our latest find right here in Georgian Bay, an eastern milk snake. These guys are pretty common up in this area, but they are declining in numbers in most of the areas in Ontario. Very, very cool snake. It is a constrictor, non-venomous species. They will in fact constrict their prey, typically rodents. At this size, the snake will probably be eating small insects and slugs and what have you until it gets a little bit bigger. These guys are very fossillar. They'll live deep, deep underground, and typically you have to lift very, very heavy objects in order to find them. Very cool little snake, definitely a small individual. These guys will get about 3 to 3.5 feet, and such an awesome find. Beautiful coloration. You've got that gray background and that red blotching. What's going on, guys? Justin Coburn here. We got Mr. Branson behind the camera. Eastern Massasauga, Cistrus cantonatus. This is Ontario's only venomous snake, and this is one of the target species that we came here to see. Just over here in this brush on the forest edge, you will find these snakes sunning themselves at this time of day. It's getting close to noon hour. The sun's out. We weren't expecting it to be particularly warm today, but guys, we got lucky as usual. Eastern Massasauga. This was by far the largest specimen that I've seen in the wild. It was full grown. Rattled at my feet as I nearly stepped on it, not knowing that it was there. The snake did not strike. It tried to retreat. Had I been bitten, I would have gone to a local hospital to receive anti-venom treatment. And the last deaths attributed to this species in Ontario were over 40 years ago. These aren't mean snakes that people need to fear. They want absolutely nothing to do with humans. And the snake actually became quite placid once I got it out on the snake hook. Just a beautiful specimen, and really a shocking find considering the area we were searching looked like it had been hit by poachers. There are individuals who will collect these snakes in the wild and sell them on the black market, so it was quite the treat to be able to find one. Well, there you have it, guys. Another Into the Wilds video, Georgian Bay style. Number of species we got to see. It's pretty cool. Got some off-roading in. What was your favorite part of the trip, Mr. Branson?
Spending quality time with my friend.
I'm not your friend. Merely an acquaintance. All right, guys. Well, we're planning on putting on more videos. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you later.